Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So we pretty much battled to get through the structure yesterday. We did try to take a trade, and that didn't work out. Basically, stopped myself out of it. Wasn't really keen on what was going on, and you can see at the moment we are flirting with this previous high at the moment. So we do have the Feds coming out tomorrow with their song and dance, so we are waiting for that at the moment. I suppose that is probably the most important bit of information that we should be waiting for, whether the Feds are going to raise interest rates more than expected, and whether they're going to continue raising for the foreseeable future, or whether they feel that this is the last one, or they're going to start tapering. Anything about taper, we should see a pretty strong rocket ship to the upside. Anything about continuing and no recovery in sight, then you should see a reversal. That's kind of what everybody is waiting for at the moment, treading water. So any attempt to get into the market at the moment is going to be met with a little bit of pain, like I had yesterday. So 3 hour, look at the grouping of the oscillators here. We are separating a bit, but there's nothing really substantial here. And if I start getting to the hour, you can see we had a flag break, which is what I gave you yesterday, but we probably should have been paying attention on the hour, but I was paying attention on a lower time frame. And you can see there was a nice solid bar above a level, as well as a so close above the level, above the flag. So everything there was indicating flag break. Stop was down here. Wouldn't have been stopped out. I would probably still been in that trade and been break even at the moment. But after a while, when you start just going sideways, it's pointless holding on to it. Could go either way. So you could lose more, or you could gain more, or come out break even. So one thing I've learned is never hope for the fact that you're going to come out from underwater. So I'd rather just take the loss, which is what we did. So rather a small loss, and easier to recover from that. So if I see a setup, be able to get that money back pretty quickly. Anyway, so this is sideways. I'm going to get rid of this channel because it is null and void. We are sideways. We are in amongst moving averages at the moment. Another grouping to the upside here, so probably a move to the downside. And when you start looking at this on the 5 minute, that there was my entry. It was a pretty solid break above everything that was going on, and then immediately we just went sideways. So I suspect more of the same today, to be honest. So when that happens, I'm really not interested in getting involved in this. So we will wait and see what transpires. I think we've got quite a few results coming out this week which would impact the S&P 500, although all the big the FANG stocks are done. We've got some pharmaceuticals and a couple other big organizations to come out with results, but results have been relatively okay. There have been some little oopsies here and there, but overall it hasn't been that bad. So for me, I think we are really just waiting for noise. So we've got the Feds, and then we've got non-farm payroll. So it's a pretty big, noisy week for the US markets. And normally when it's a big, noisy week, we have to pay attention to what's going on. Now, just one word of warning with what we're seeing going on here, and with no real breakouts or anything like that, but we're not getting higher. We've got a gap higher, and then look what we have down here. We have another gap down here, and I think if I remember correctly, that's on the 30 minutes. And there's no gap there, but there is a little gap further down. And if we just do this on the 5 minute, just get to where we need to be. You can see no real gap on the 5 minute, but there is something happening there. And then if you just look very carefully, you're going to see a small gap down here. Let's zoom in here and you'll see what I'm talking about. So you see there's a gap there. Not one there. I don't see anything else. But this area is very interesting that you have a 30-minute gap there, but you can't see it on any other setup. You probably see it on the 3-hour. Nope, you won't see it on the 3 hour there. Sorry, on the 3-minute. That's current. Let's get back to this area here, and that one's closed. You don't see it on any other time frame except for the 30-minute. So there it is there. So I would be very careful. Obviously, something is brewing down. Something is brewing, which could bring us down to this area. And I can't see another area of proper support apart from this area which hasn't been tested. So you can see that was a breakout. It was a massive rounding bottom type setup. We broke up last week. We came back. We broke down below it. And now we are sort of haven't tested that level. So that is something which I would really be paying attention to. But the concern I have with that is, and that's at 3808 or 3800, the concern I've got with that is it would more than likely break the upward trend line. So that could get us moving faster to the downside. Anyway, so many different setups at the moment for the bulls and the bears, and that's just a signal that we are confused and we are just sitting and waiting for some catalyst to drive us in the direction. So I am on the sides. I'm sitting quietly and get on with other things in life rather than worry about this right now. And we'll see what happens later today, or alternatively we'll have to wait for the Fed tomorrow. Anyway, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.